I spent hundreds of dollars on gifts for my nieces and nephews, but their mom told me I was embarrassing for not spending more. That moment changed everything. Ever since I was little, my parents drilled it into my head that when I grew up, I would need to provide for them. My dream of making money was always tied to the idea of showering my family with love and gifts. I studied hard in school and even paid over 50% of the rent as a teenager. Yet I never received so much as a genuine thank you from my parents. Deep down, I knew something was wrong, but I craved their approval so badly that I pushed those thoughts aside. Fast forward to now, I'm 28 years old. When Thanksgiving came around last year, I felt good for the first time in years. I bought gifts for everyone. My parents, my sister Emma, her husband Joe, and their 3 kids. I even bought extras so the kids wouldn't fight, and just in case unexpected guests showed up. I convinced myself this was how family was supposed to feel. Then everything fell apart. I arrived at my parents' house with my car full of presents and knocked on the door. My mom answered, but instead of a hug or even a hello, she said it would be better if I didn't join them this year. I thought she was joking until Emma shouted from the living room that Thanksgiving wasn't cheap for cheapskates, and that I'd become a drag lately. I stood there completely stunned. My dad hovered silently in the background. My mom looked uncomfortable, and Emma looked proud. I nodded, said, "All right," and walked back to my car, sitting there alone, surrounded by unwanted gifts. An awful feeling hit me. It felt like Emma was behind all of this. As I sat there, memories flooded my mind. I had helped pay for their kids' extracurricular activities, chipped in for their vacations, and even helped with their house down payment. If I were Joe, would I appreciate someone like me? The answer was obvious, yes. That's when I finally let myself get angry. I marched back inside and demanded an explanation. Emma accused me of slacking and said even her kids had noticed I wasn't giving as much anymore. When I mentioned the hundreds of dollars worth of gifts in my car, she brushed it off and said I used to do more and that it was embarrassing now. I turned to my parents for support, but my mom awkwardly agreed with Emma, pointing out that I had leased a new truck. I reminded them the truck was financed and asked why that made me responsible for Emma's family. Emma casually replied that I made more money than Joe, and that family helps family. That was my breaking point. I told them they were right, I didn't belong there. I wished them a happy Thanksgiving and walked out. At home, I sat in my driveway staring at the gifts I had wrapped with so much care. That's when it hit me, this wasn't sudden. It had been building for years. Emma had always relied on me financially, and what I thought was temporary help had turned into a permanent expectation. I realized I had enabled it. So I stopped. No more rescuing, no more endless gifts, no more being treated like an ATM. The holidays passed in silence. No calls, no texts. I spent Christmas and New Year's alone. In mid-January, Joe finally messaged me to apologize for Thanksgiving, admitting he didn't agree with what happened. I thanked him, but I couldn't just move on. In early February, Emma showed up at my apartment unannounced, demanding I start helping again. She claimed the kids were struggling and that they couldn't manage without me. I told her firmly that her life was not my responsibility. When she accused me of being stingy, I reminded her how she lied about me and had me banned from Thanksgiving. I made it clear I was done. 2 days later, I received a call from an unknown number. It was an attorney named Patricia Wilson, asking to meet about financial matters involving my family. My mind raced with worst-case scenarios, but I agreed to meet. At her office, she revealed the truth. Her client was Joe. He believed Emma had been misusing the money I'd given them for years and had evidence that she was hiding funds from both of us. My stomach dropped.